Hello, and welcome everybody to Three Kobolds Gaming, where we play Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Tonight, we have another little special treat for you all as we finish our Mark of the Mantis playthrough. So we do have Molly back, subbing in for our good buddy Ben, who could not make it again tonight. But fear not, for we'll be doing something a little different. We're continuing an assassination attempt in our first ever evil character playthrough. Super excited about this. Paizo has done just such a cool job with, especially in 2nd edition, and Jack, maybe you can speak on this a little bit, but really diving into factions. Diving into the factions that are in this place, fleshing them out. There is in 1st edition, the Red Mantis is a prestige class that you can go down, but there's almost no real lore. I mean, obviously there is, and I'm sure somebody out there will be like, well, you're dumb.
Actually, there's a little, yeah.
But compared to having, for instance, one of the companion books that they've released has just listed out straight up character options for like Knights of Last Wall, for the Red Mantis Assassins, for the Bellflower Tillers, a lot of really cool stuff, and I'm super excited that they put this out because it gives Mark of the Mantis has so many cool ideas for running heists and running assassination missions and doing this kind of thing for your players to run an evil campaign if you want to go around and be a group of literal high-trained quality assassins. It's super cool.
It was clearly just like, I think that for in 1st edition they were still writing so many of these factions and creating them sort of on the spot with the different adventures they were putting out as they were kind of building out the lore of the world of Galarian. But when you come into 2nd edition, you already have that, and you already know roughly from your responses from your players which ones were popular, which ones were a little weird, which ones deserved a bit more attention or a bit different direction than they already had. And so it was just natural. It was just the natural development of a 2nd edition of Pathfinder to flesh out those into, like you said, player character options. The entire Skinsaw cult that is in our main adventure. Spoiler alert for Agents of Edgewatch, but that entire arc is an arc that is featured in prior adventure paths that some of us may or may not have played most of the way through. So, like, it's really cool to see that stuff come back around and to continue to be prevalent as though it were just something that was in the world. And the Red Mantis is no exception. Like, they're famous in the lore of Galarian for being the greatest assassins that have ever lived, and so it's cool to see it like really fleshed out in an adventure.
Yeah, and not only fleshed out in an adventure, but having these pre-written characters that are all Red Mantis assassins, save for Kangir, but that's a little bit different, who are all these Red Mantis assassins, but they're all so different. And they've done these pre-written characters that are all, again, like in their own rights, these world-class assassins, but done so differently that it really shows you how flexible this system can be for creating an idea and running with it. And I love it. How are you guys liking playing assassin characters? How does it feel?
It's a lot of fun. Honestly, that's the best way I can summarize it. Just being able to insta kill someone just by sneaking up on them.
I mean,
that feature itself is just awesome.
So cool. I mean, yeah, the evil characters separately from this, but like the very video gamey Dishonored or like Arkham Asylum sort of.
Assassin's Creed is first thing that comes to mind to me. Honestly,
yeah, absolutely.
It's like reliving my childhood, basically.
It's so fun. Yeah.
For me, it's definitely a mindset that is strange to get into because I play almost strictly chaotic good or somewhere around that alignment. But it is fun. It is fun.
Because you're lawful evil, which is like the entire opposite spectrum from, I guess, what is comfortable, like you said.
Yeah.
Completely diametrically opposed. Molly, any you haven't played too many characters, and certainly not for long stretches of time, but
right.
Any thoughts on
I'm relatively new to the game, but this is definitely very different to anything that I have done in the past, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the assassin aspect of it, even though I'm not playing.
You did kill a guy.
Yeah.
I am participating in the assassination things. I am just not an assassin necessarily.
If I recall, you
Same with you.
yeah, you murked a dude with a trident from like 20 feet away. So you know.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go.
just my whole vibe. You know, that's just what I'm about.
It's
I
not
do-
murder, it's a vibe.
I do appreciate the very sanitized version of the story that Molly's created for when law enforcement becomes involved. You know, I wasn't really an assassin. Like I was here, I was at the party. Like I wasn't really there. It's hard to say.
I actually work for her. You know.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Man,
Well,
he had trident marks in his back. I don't know anything about those. Those aren't my trident. That's a different trident.
3 distinct
different trident,
saplings. Nice. Yeah. No. Like I said, just this single one shot alone, it's meant to be modular. So there are like tons of different little things that you can add in, take away, change around, move around, and no two groups are going to approach it in the same way, despite having the same characters. So all of that prep time that you did, like you can't do all of the prep activities. So there are other ways, other avenues, other things you could have seen. I mean, it's so cool. It's really well done, and it gives tons of great inspiration for how to do, as I mentioned, like heists and even just missions in general. I think it's got a lot of really interesting things added in there, like different complications, different like the entire alertness point system that they use.
The noise aspect is
yes, the noise
cool
aspect.
thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, it's really cool. But that being said, I don't want to talk about how awesome it is. I want to play how awesome it is.
Let's just do it.
So as a quick recap, 3 of the 4 of you, Jakob, Zaya, and Atelion, are Red Mantis assassins. You have been sent here to assassinate Doatara, a socialite woman in Absalom, who, unbeknownst to the public, is staging murders as if the Red Mantis had committed them. She's doing this because she is running for political office, basically on a fear campaign, saying that she's going to be the one that can stop the crime, stop the murders. And she's basically fabricating the murders for her to stop, using the Red Mantis as a scapegoat. Well, you being actual Red Mantis, have been assigned by the Vernai, the leaders of the Red Mantis, basically saying, hey, this woman sucks and is mocking us. She's doing a terrible job, and she's doing a terrible job in our name, so go kill her. Why don't you? You arrive at your predestined meeting spot only to find that one of your group, your supposed alchemist, did not make it, did not show up. So you wait around before Kangir, dwarf and former employee with a grudge, might I add, comes up, says, hey, I'm pretty sure I know who you are. I'm pretty sure I know why you're here. I want to help. Mm-hmm. You all take some time to scope the manor before her evening garden party starts, because once it's sundown, that's the time for you all to go in and get it done. You grab some keys, which you still have in your possession, swipe some keys off of various guards. You gather some information about the grounds, about Doatara, finding out that she is an accomplished alchemist in her own right. You learn a couple of the different ways that you can get in. You all decide to go in through the roof. So, I'm going to throw it to the map here for a quick, just synopsis of where you all went. You entered here on the northern side. Let me make sure everybody can see this. You hopped the wall here. There we go. There are my pings. Here on the northern side. Meanwhile, Zaya grabbed a ladder from far to the southwest. A landscaping ladder, essentially, that was left out and stowed in the bushes outside of sight. But you all managed to find that in your initial scouting. Zaya brings it back over the wall, meets up with you on the northern side, and you all attempt to scale the side of the manor to get up onto the roof here. Kangir and Atelion, you all both make it up onto the roof and quickly dispatch the 3 guards that were posted on lookout on the roof without being detected. Meanwhile, Jakob and Zaya stand lookout by this door here, only to be run into by a group of partygoers. They manage well enough to avoid suspicion, and even manage to figure out where the bathroom was with a quick question. So, being brought inside, you all meet up in the kitchen after Jakob and Zaya dispatch some of the servants who are working there, and Kangir and Atelion are able to make it down the hatch, down the ladder into the kitchen, and meet up with you all. From there, you enter into the main hall here, the entry hall, and the kind of living room area, and dispatch a few more guards. On top of that, you explore the dining room and find traces of the Red Shroud, a special and very well-kept secret technique used by the Red Mantis, which leaves a noticeable stain when a Red Mantis dies while using it, as it basically disintegrates their body, so there's no evidence left of them afterwards. But on top of that, in this room you find a number of alchemical burns and like scratch marks and various signs of fighting that apparently occurred in the dining room. You dispatched a few more guards in this southern hallway here, and once they are dispatched, you stow the bodies once more in the pantry. And as you're making your way back, Zaya, you round the corner to see this woman here. This woman who looks at you from out of the shadows and tells you to keep walking down the hall, as she makes a gesture with her hands. And I need you, Zaya, to roll me a will save.
What?
That's a natural 20.
What a first
Oh,
roll.
God.
Dice camp. Dice camp. Dice camp.
I'm just...
Yeah,
I
I think
believe
I'm
you. I'm just unsurprised at this point.
It's funny because like I had done a test roll before stream on this, and I was like, okay, let's see how this dice goes, and it was a natural 20, and I was like, I fucking wasted my first natural 20. Are you kidding?
Now you wasted your second natural 20.
That's not how RNG works. But well done nonetheless. You are unaffected, but I do need everybody to go ahead and roll me initiative with your perception.
Are we going to re-roll initiative? Interesting.
I kid you not. That's another natural 20.
Stop it.
I need you to
Stop it
change
immediately.
dice
Can I get one of those,
for
please?
my own sanity.
Yeah.
It's crazy
This is the
that...
Humblewood dice set. I was like, this is the only one I have that's not like blue, so and it's orange. So I was like, that's as close to red as I'm gonna get right now.
I'm just surprised that D20 with all 20s on its sides finally came in.
It's also like, it's a set of wings, like as the symbol for the 20. So I don't know.
Jakob, what'd you get?
That is a 29.
29. Zaya.
29.
Oh, is it perception?
Perception.
32.
32. Italian.
25.
25. Kangir.
28.
28. Very good. So, before we truly dive into this, I know a lot of you are wearing disguises, but could we just quickly go through and say what everybody's wearing?
Yeah,
Atelion.
Go ahead, Atelion. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, Atelion doesn't have a disguise on. He's
Okay.
full Red Mantis, mask on, everything.
Okay.
Jakob is dressed as though he were a guard at the party.
Okay. Yeah, very good.
I believe Jakob gave me a patch or something from the guard, right? So I have that, but
wearing
otherwise...
at very least a guard patch. I don't know what other
Right.
clothes you're wearing, but
Yeah,
Jakob is
yeah.
fully disguised as a guard.
And Zaya,
Yeah, I'm not
you're,
fully, but I have...
You were disguised
an
as a socialite?
amalgamation of all of the other guests, and my mask of disguise, that I can't remember the actual name of it, is like transformed into a little like praying mantis clip in my hair.
And
Gotcha.
now, I know Atelian was up on the roof casting spells through a window.
He's down with us now.
He
though.
came down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's with
After
us.
the guards were dead, while
Good,
restoring
good.
the bodies, he came down with you all. So, this woman looks out of the darkness, tells Zaya, keep walking down the hall. Cast this spell. You feel entirely unaffected. And you just hear this as she snarls, looking at the four of you. And Atelion, you notice that she makes direct eye contact, or what would be eye contact with your insectoid eye mask. Zaya, round one, you're up. What would you like to
First
do?
of all, do I recognize her? Is this Domatara?
You do not know what Doatar looks like.
Do we have any physical description of her?
Ingir would know what she looks like.
I don't know what she looks like. I never met her. I just heard that she was the one. I don't
That-
believe I ever.
That was not one of the things that you all attempted to gain information on.
Yeah.
That spice.
I know
never
her
made
name.
it
I
up.
don't know what she looks like.
You never
That's
talked to
it.
anybody. You did gain information on her abilities, but you never specifically tracked down what she looked like.
Ooh, perception check for any alchemical goodies on her.
Yeah, do we know she can cast spells like that?
If you want to use your first action to roll a perception check, please do.
Might have used a scroll or something. Also.
She might have, yeah. Can alchemists do that? I don't know.
If you would like to seek. To see
Yeah,
what
I'm
this one
thinking. I'm
has.
thinking. First, I want to 2-action cast blur on myself.
Ooh.
Alright.
Spicy.
Ooh. Somebody's got spells.
Very nice.
Not a ton of them.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
don't think we've ever used blur before,
Blur?
right?
I had a
don't know.
potion of blur once. I remember using it, I think. But that's something else. I think that was a potion of mirror image. Never mind.
Blur basically gives you the concealed effect as your form, the like edges of your form begin to disappear, and you don't seem to be wholly there. As your form shakes and disappears, it makes it harder for enemies to hit you.
The DC 5 check is concealed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Third action.
Third action. I think I'm gonna try to demoralize her.
Okay, please
Hey.
roll and intimidate.
Okay. 26.
Did you say anything?
No, I just kind of make the growling sound right back at her.
This is against the will DC,
I suppose. I've never really done an intimidate
and you rolled
demoralize.
a 26.
I did.
Unfortunately, that is a regular failure.
Dang.
So she seems unaffected, though certainly not bemused at your copying
Mockery?
her snarl. Yeah, your mockery. That was your third action, correct?
Was.
Okay, after Zaya, Jakob, what would you like to do?
Jakob is going to draw a small flask from his bandolier and drink it. I guess, yep. It was a Juggernaut mutagen, so he's going to receive a +1 bonus to Fortitude saves, and he gets 5 temporary hit points. He will
Okay.
then draw his healer's tools to be in his hand should someone need them, and then that will be his whole turn.
Very nice. Kangir,
Just getting prepared.
you are up.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Kangir is going to take out her trident here. And I had a question actually really quickly
Sure.
about intimidating strike. Is that count as my striking action, or is that a separate action on top of already? That counts as my
It's
attack
likely a strike.
action.
It's a 2-action strike. Your blow not only wounds creatures but also shatters their confidence. make a melee strike. If you hit and deal damage, the target is frightened 1 or frightened 2 on a critical hit. It is a 2-action strike.
Okay, so it's just on top of my strike, I get the intimidation.
Yeah, so if you hit, they become frightened. If you critically hit, they become frightened too.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw my trident.
The intimidating strike, I'm sorry, has to be a melee strike.
That is a melee strike.
Throwing your trident is not a melee strike.
Yeah, it's just a throne.
Yeah,
Like
you
it's a
gotta get
That's
projectile.
a range
Up
strike.
close
It
and
says
personal.
melee trident.
Yeah, there is a melee option with the trident, but when you throw it, it becomes a
It
ranged
says
weapon.
thrown 20 feet. Is that not the same thing as my range?
Thrown is
that
a
is the
ranged weapon. Thrown when you throw a melee weapon, it becomes a ranged
Okay,
weapon.
it's confusingly written on the character sheet then, because next
It
to
is.
melee it says trident thrown 20 feet. Okay,
You
never
need to
mind then.
stab with your trident at point blank range
Yeah.
and melee range to be able to use
Okay,
that.
then I'm just gonna do
throw
the
it.
ranged attack. I'm not gonna do
Yeah.
the intimidating thing this time. Okay, I'm just
Very
gonna throw
good.
it then.
Okay, go ahead. You are just within 20 feet.
Yeah,
Nice.
right there.
Yeah,
All right. So I roll to hit first, right?
correct.
Mhm.
With-
That'll be...
Oh, that is a natural one. Can I? Are there?
You have a hero point if you would like to re-roll it.
I would like to.
First roll?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, within the
She's
first
rolling 20s
hour.
on her first 3 rolls, and I got a natural one here.
Stealing your
Back to mowing
20s.
the table, I'm sorry.
Not much better. I got an 8.
What's
so,
your total?
Hey,
what am I adding here?
your trident thrown bonus, which is your ranged trident.
Okay, so plus 15. That would be a
23.
23.
Oh, so close. You chuck your trident, and you watch as it just grazes just slightly shy of her face as she kind of sidesteps it.
Yikes. Okay.
So close. And that is... You have one more action as the trident thunks into the wooden wall behind her. You just have this gray mist as it reappears in your hand.
Okay. Can I? I just want to throw it again. I'm gonna
Sure.
try again.
Yeah, so you're going to take a
Frustrated,
minus
comes back.
5 on this.
That was just my practice shot. We're gonna
Yeah.
actually hit this.
Dial it in.
Oh my god! I rolled another 8. Okay, never mind.
Miss.
Yeah, unfortunately that's going to be lower, which is going to be a miss.
Okay, a 1 and 2 8s. We're not off to a good start here. That's my whole turn.
It is her turn. It is her turn. She will. Yeah. Yeah. You see that she waves her hand in front of you, or in front of her, and she like takes a slight step forward, disappears, and then you hear behind the 4 of you,
Chilling. That's awesome.
she just zoop, appears behind the 4 of you, and
Oh.
she strikes out with her hand. You see these long, vicious claws emerge as she swings on Atelion.
Me? What?
Italian
She's a witch.
Yeah, that's
that
a
is
witch
going to
dude.
be a 24 to hit.
Yeah, it is.
That hits. Okay,
Bring it.
bring it. So that is
Bring
going
it
to be
up.
4. 15 points of slashing
No.
and 3 points of evil.
Evil.
Evil damage.
I have a
Evil!
Every villain
I-
is lemons.
I have a point of order.
Yes.
Alignment damage only affects you if you are of an opposite alignment.
Oh,
Yeah, so since I'm lawful evil,
According to what?
The
Alignment
rules of the game.
Are you sure?
so I have this one class feat, Divine Weapon. Part of it says, as usual for aligned damage, this damage can only this can only damage creatures of the opposite alignment.
Do you know how I always talk about Champion Smite Evil being broken because it doesn't say anything about dealing damage only to evil creatures? It deals good damage, which would only affect evil creatures. So I've been wrong, as I have often been this whole time.
Cool.
And
Knew
alignment
it.
damage only affects those of opposite alignment.
Well, I will have
Well,
to
I'm
remember
hearing-
that to punish Ben's character when he comes back. Okay.
So just the
take back the 3 points of damage then. It's just
Hell
the 15
yeah.
slashing.
Just the 15.
I also need you to roll me a fortitude save.
Oh no,
wow, of course.
we weren't done.
Oh, good rolls. That's a 24.
You feel fine. You feel fine. That is the end of her turn. Atelion, you may respond as it is now your turn at the bottom of round 1. She steps out in behind you, just poof, bamps right behind you, slashes you across the back. You whip around to see her right there. What would you like to do?
As I stare into her eyes through my mask, I'm gonna roll to demoralize, and with my intimidating glare feat, I don't have to say or do anything. I'm just gonna roll to demoralize. Like, how dare you attack me, basically.
Nice.
Oh. That's a natural 19. Let me just look up. I'm an expert in intimidation. 32.
32 on the demoralize.
Yes, sir.
That is a regular success. She becomes frightened 1.
And as she's frightened by my appearance, I'm going to cast a spell. She needs to make a fortitude save. As you see Atelion wave his hand in front of her face and kind of like snap his fingers. He's trying to cast Ray of Enfeeblement.
Ooh.
Hey.
Yeah, good setup. The frightened 1 will reduce her check for this. 23? It's close.
That's a success, but she's still enfeebled 1 for 1 minute.
Enfeebled
one
1 for
enfeebled
1
one.
minute.
Nice.
Yep, and I do not have to
Okay.
sustain that, which is
Alright.
the cherry on
Yeah.
top.
Ray of
Okay,
Enfeeblement.
alright, okay, yep. So that's that, and she's also
Amazing.
frightened 1 until the end of her turn. That's a good frightened. Okay. Yeah, great turn. So you turn around after getting just clawed across the back, and you just glare, your insectoid eyes, just this almost horrifying presence emanating from them. And then you wave a hand, and the Ray of Enfeeblement just grazes past her, still catching her. So she is frightened and enfeebled 1. Good setup. Top of round 2, Zaya, you're up.
Did Jack go?
I did.
Oh,
I drank a
okay.
potion.
Jacob is right
and
after
then
you.
Right.
pulled
Okay,
my
okay,
tools.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. First action, I would like to skippity doodah over here.
Sure.
To flank her.
Sure.
Cool. Second action, I believe I already have my Sawtooth Sabers out from the last combat.
It would be arguable because you all were stuffing bodies, but I'll give it to you.
Okay, thank you. So second action. Oh wait, 1 second. Yeah, second
Waiting.
action, I'm gonna slash with my Sawtooth Saber.
Seems reasonable. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Okay.
Ooh, I gotta make sure these stack. Surely they stack, right?
Check that
What?
stack.
You mean intimidated?
Just go ahead and roll your hit.
Yeah, I rolled a 27 to hit.
Okay. That's a status penalty. And you rolled a 21, you said?
27.
27. Very different.
Yeah.
If you roll a status penalty. Yeah. So they do slightly different things. So,
You took with feeble and frightened.
yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly different things, but they're both status. Good to know. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
All right. not the best damage. 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Go ahead and give me a free perception check while you're up there.
This isn't the real one.
Perception is 30.
30? Yeah, so you slice across the back of her shoulder as she's apparently focusing all of her attention on Atelion specifically. And you watch as like this burst of blood just begins soaking through the dress she has on. But you swear for a moment there, it looked like the blood was bright blue before it like faded into a red. Is that all three of your actions?
No, I only struck once so far.
Okay, so you have one more action. Correct?
Yeah. I'll strike again.
Please.
Okay. Natty 18. That's gonna be a. Oh, I don't remember whether my second strike gets the multiple attack penalty with my doubling rings or not.
That's not what that does.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, it's gonna be 29 to hit.
29 is a hit.
All right.
Yeah, the doubling ring just duplicates your runes, the fundamental runes.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if there was something else that.
Yeah.
I think it's just that, yeah.
I think you're correct.
So you don't have to buy
Alright.
tons and tons of runes.
So you have a sawtooth saber in one hand and a light mace in the other? I'm just
No, I have two sawtooth sabers.
Two
I also
sawtooth
have
sabers.
I also have a light mace, but I have two sawtooth sabers. One of them has the +1 striking rune, and then I have the doubling rings.
Oh yeah, your strikes are written confusingly. But yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, I know. It took me a while to decipher. That was a bit of a better roll for the damage. It's going to be 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Very good.
That's the end of my turn.
And then same thing, like as this slash connects, it's like for just the briefest moment, this flash of blue before it fades into the red that you would expect. Up next, Jakob.
Jakob is going to do something similar. He's going to stride all the way around to flank this woman with Atelion.
Okay.
And he's going to, I guess he has to re-enter Dragon's Dance. So he will enter the stance of a dragon, which allows him to make powerful leg strikes like a lashing dragon's tail. And he's going to use a flurry of blows.
Okay.
Two different strikes. First one coming in. That is a natural 19
Total.
for a 34 on her flat-footed AC.
That
frightened.
is a critical hit.
Fantastic.
So go ahead and roll me critical damage.
28 points of bludgeoning damage.
Dang.
Can you please also roll me a fortitude save?
I certainly can. This kick just comes out and slams her straight in the chest. You hear the breath catch in her throat as she's struggling now to breathe with this just insane strike. Fortitude save coming in. That is going to be 18.
That's a failure. Is she creature level 6 or higher? This is incapacitation. If she is higher than my level,
she is
would.
higher level than you. Yes.
Okay, so she succeeds.
Regular success. Yeah.
Which does not. Okay, that's good for me to know, though.
Okay.
I feel like I really get her, and she's not prepared, but it still doesn't
Yeah.
stun her. I expect it to, so...
Yes, you almost think that you got the right pressure point on her to stun her, but really you just have her catching in her breath. Still, though, you feel the crack of the solid connection. That was a lot of damage.
The second kick
Yeah,
is
you still have one more from Flurry.
Yeah, second kick's at 22. It's a little bit lower.
It's not. That actually is gonna hit because of flanking and because of frightened. That does hit.
Master, you've supported me excellently, and this kick is true.
You see Atelian nod.
Yes, my child.
That is
Yes, my child.
15 more
Did that
points
for
of
sure.
bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
You're the healer, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am the healer. Yep.
The deadly
He's the
doctor.
deadly doctor.
Yeah, that's-
Living up to his
Yeah.
moniker. Holy. Yeah, so you just walk up, you enter your stance. You're still holding the healer's tools.
I don't have a saw. I thought I had a sawtooth saber, but I'm holding
Yeah.
healer tools, and I'm about to hold like sawtooth
But, like-
saber, and I have these white gloves on that go like all the way up my forearm,
Yeah.
halfway up my forearm. I'm just kicking her to death.
But almost like in this capoeira dance, you like do a handstand and double kick across her chest with both legs as you spin like a top, slamming damage into her. Yeah, she is
Yeah.
unhappy with that, to say the least.
Why?
Because it's uncomfy.
Where on earth?
Because it is uncomfy.
But it was so cool. I think
Kangaroo.
she would be impressed.
She would be impressed if she wasn't getting beat to pulp.
She wasn't gasping for air right now.
Kangir, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
All right. Now that I am right next to her, I think I am going to turn around with my trident and do an intimidating strike.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit for me.
Yep. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I am not doing a good job tonight. That is a 20.
Unfortunately, a 20 is just shy. So, as
All
these
right.
kicks come in, Kangir, you're also in tandem stabbing out, but the force of these kicks pushes her just slightly back enough that your trident goes through just cloak. Doesn't hit
Yeah.
anything solid. You kind of look over at Jakob, who's just spinning like a top. Just like, just by
You
this
know.
much.
And I think for my third action, Pinger is just going to raise their shield.
Yeah, very good.
That'll be my reaction.
Very good, very good, very good. So, she is gasping, almost having been stunned, gasping for air, as she will step to there, and you watch as the figure just begins to fall away. The cloak
Interesting.
just kind of, the cloak and dress just begin to slough off in sheets of mist as her skin grows bluer. Her back hunches over.
She's a hack!
Horns begin just curling up from her head.
Am I wrong? Is she not a hag?
And you see a creature emerge in a very unfortunate way.
Unfortunate.
She runs
Apologize.
off stage for a costume change.
Yeah, basically.
Basically.
This creature here,
What the hell?
Oh, what is that?
I'll blow it up on camera for everybody to see here.
Thank you.
What?
Oh god. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm like-
what indeed? What indeed?
What even is that?
What
Some
even is
goblinoid.
Frightening. Guess what that is.
It
Um,
sucks.
that? Yeah. So the cloak and the dress fall away. The horns begin to
Goblinitar.
curl out.
It's a goblinitar.
These 6 distinct horns that ring her head, and this just vicious row of dagger-like teeth grow out of her face. The claws again elongating from her fingers. She just says, "I hate red. I hate it," and she just goes to chomp on our friend Atelion.
Oh my god.
Stated on the.
Oh no!
So this is going to be.
No, she's so mad she's seeing red.
It's the actually legitimately opposite thing of what she wants. She, as mentioned, hates red. That is going to be. Oh, I didn't realize she could do that. Anyways, it's gonna be a
Great.
35 to hit.
That's a crit.
Yeah. She doesn't like red.
Like, Dad, no!
It's gonna be 28 points of slashing damage, and I need you to roll a fortitude save.
Damn. All right.
Thanks.
Oh, good rolls. Thank God. I believe that's a 30. Let me double check. 42. Yeah, 30. 30.
You feel fine. Okay, she moved, she changed. Yeah, that's the end of her turn. So she is still medium-sized. It's just like a hunched over, like standing on her arms. The back legs are small. This long whip-like tail grows out behind her with these spikes on the back. It is now, Atelion, your turn. You see this creature just erupt from the form of this beautiful, graceful woman that was just standing there, and into this horrifying monstrosity. What would you like to do?
Talion
Rakes you across the chest.
is feeling extremely pissed off. He's just going to lay a hand on this creature, and first action, she needs to make a will save as he casts harm.
So the frightened drops off at the end of her turn.
Correct.
Is that a will save?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, I lied. 42 save.
Fortitude save?
Thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna
Thank
say.
you for asking.
Natural 20.
Oh no.
Hey, if Emily
Okay.
Grace gets 3 of them, I get at least 1.
no
Which
damage.
doesn't counted for anything.
That is no damage, yeah. It's a basic
Wow.
fortitude. Alright. Atelion notices that nothing happens. So with his saber in his right hand, he's going to lift it up, and you see the saber turn bright blood red as he's using a free action to use Divine Weapon, a very useful cleric feat.
Yes.
The residual spell energy comes into my saber, and for my last 2 actions, I'm going to use Channel Smite as I go. It's basically a spell strike for if anyone pays attention to our other stream, but I get to cast harm as I come down with my melee strike.
Yeah, this is his combo, where he casts a spell, and then he charges the blade with the residual energy of the spell, and then he casts another spell if he hits with the blade.
It literally compounds on each other,
Yeah.
so like this is gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
This is the well, gotta hit her. Gotta hit her first. Roll to hit.
See, but a natural 15
Should hit.
plus 12, 27. I think that's a hit.
That is in fact a hit. Yeah.
That's a hit. There we go.
Go ahead and roll a lot of
So-
damage for me.
Yeah, so it's going to be 2d6 plus 2 because of my strength. And then on top of that, it's going to be, since it's a 3rd level harm, it's going to be 3d10 because of my harmful font cleric feat.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh wow. Okay.
Alright, let's do this in order. 2d6,
Start with basics.
so 10 plus the 3d10, which I gotta get. Wait, that's not right. That's the wrong dice.
Welcome to the counting stream where we count numbers.
Oh my god. Where's
Well, is this creature capable of being flat-footed? Like, were we flanking it?
You don't know?
When we were flanking it, was it
Seemed
being
like
flat-footed?
it. Yeah, seems
Okay.
like it.
I forgot to add my sneak attack damage to both of those hits.
Okay. Keep that in mind for upcoming strikes.
Okay.
It is a little late for that.
So that's 24 points so far, and then I get to add a d4 of force damage thanks to the divine weapon. And it's a natural 4. So 28 points of damage total.
Man, cleric's so
points.
fun.
You just see Atelion, without even saying a word after getting that thrashing, just cut down this person in front of, or this creature in front of him, using the rage of Achikek as the power flows through his sword.
Yeah, just this, the blood red sword slices across her, and arcs of this, like, black electricity begin to proliferate across the impact as this, like, necrosis spreads out from the spot where you hit her. She's looking messed up. Okay, that's the end of it, right? You're done?
It's the end of the. It's
All right, okay. All right, I just wanted to check.
Hey, she got the critical success on the first harm spell. So
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
So you could have done more damage, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Top of round 3, Zaya.
Hey, I will step over. Oh, I guess that's a pillar, and I can't really.
Yeah, I mean you can hop up onto it without too much
Okay.
issue.
Cool.
It's like a bar, like an island almost.
I just didn't know because there's that.
Yeah. So
Sure.
that one is a pillar, but you can just walk around it. Yeah.
Cool.
It's gonna be
I'm gonna
difficult
go there.
terrain there, but yeah.
Okay, well, I'm stopping there, and I'm gonna swing on her.
Sure. Yeah, almost like
With-
Pirates of the Caribbean. You have one arm around the mast and the other arm swinging out with the saber.
Rather, I think my legs are wrapped around the thing, and I've got both arms out. Like,
Yeah,
Nice.
you're just swinging around the pole with one leg attached and just doing like a little bladed dervish dance.
I'm gonna hero point that natty 1.
Seems reasonable.
Okay, that's better.
2 down, 1 to go. 2 to go.
That's gonna be a 33 to hit.
33. You saw.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
On flat-footed.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage with the sneak attack.
Okay. With flank, that's not a crit.
You rolled a 33?
Mm-hmm.
That is crit.
Flat-footed.
Hey.
All right. So,
Sneak attack damage crits in
Yes.
this game, right?
Correct.
Yep.
so I just need to grab another 4d6 really quick.
Virtually everything crits unless it specifies that it does not.
Yeah, if it comes from a crit, it does not double, obviously.
Yeah.
But if
But that's
it's just
that's
your
pretty
normal,
much the only exception. Like
your normal
deadly
jam,
or-
yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of 5s and 6s. Okay.
making
2,
mincemeat out of your weird goblin attar blue boy.
Only you
8,
knew what it is.
14,
Assassins don't need recall.
24,
Yeah, Yakov's kind of an idiot, so.
31.
Doesn't matter what it is if it's dead.
Yeah.
39 points of damage.
Is that all?
Yep,
39, is that what you said?
Would you like
39 points
to?
of damage.
Oh my.
Would you like to describe how this creature dies?
All 6 of its horns get cut off at once and it bleeds out from them. I don't know.
Yeah, so you're just like, you jump up on this countertop, wrap your leg around, and swing yourself in an arc, both sabers outstretched, and with the momentum, you just swing it across. The first one cleanly cuts across 3 of the horns. The second one just catches her in the side of the face. She just crumples to the ground, just with a loud bang.
Shin, can I recall knowledge on what this creature I just killed was?
You can do so once we're outside of initiative.
Okay.
And you just hear from the ground, she wasn't worth it. Not worth it. As the eyes just go blank. And this blue viscous blood begins to pool out under her. She is very much dead. And you may make a recall knowledge. Religion. If you
I
have it.
think I'm trained that. I'll do that.
You
too.
have
In
also.
religion? That's like the one I don't have. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you must have religion.
I got religion.
I don't have religion.
Bing bong boom.
Oh, you don't? Interesting.
29.
29. That is a success, granting you 2 pieces of information. Once I tell you what it is. This is a creature known as a Pyraka. It is a div, which were essentially like corrupted genies. Pyrakas basically relish in worming their way into mortal relationships and then eating away at them. So like they will shapeshift into humans to befriend somebody and then essentially like gaslight them out of all of their friends, and they just have fun doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
they have a lot of like enchantment magic. So she tried to cast suggestion on Zaya. And they have a distinct hatred of the color red, which is why the only person wearing red was her sole target.
That's why you asked us
That
what we
makes
were
sense.
wearing too.
That
Yeah.
is exactly why I asked you what you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
wearing.
Do we think this creature was employed, or do we think this creature just happened to be here?
I think she was employed, probably. If she said she wasn't worth it, I imagine that she was hired to be a protector of Dotara and
Yeah,
wasn't paid nearly enough, or like.
I also
Is there
see that
anything
as,
else
like,
you would
Not
like to know
Dotara,
about the
no.
creature? Not that it's particularly relevant because the rest is like mechanical stats.
Oh, if it's not relevant, then
Yeah, I mean that's like the gist of it. They're fiends. Yeah.
Do they enter into contracts with mortals in the same way Jinn do? Or
Yeah, actually. It's funny that you mentioned that. They form pacts. So you can request the assistance of a div by casting a ritual to summon them from the plane of Abaddon.
Okay.
And depending on how well you usually it's like a bargain kind of deal, you know, a tit for tat exchange, but depending on how well you cast the ritual, you can kind of bend it in your favor or potentially have no control over the creature that you summon. That all depends on how well you're able to cast the ritual. But yes, they are called here using rituals specifically.
So do we?
Huh?
Like, was this Doatara? Was
Sounds like
Doatara
it wasn't.
always a div?
Guess we wouldn't know that yet, right?
You
I
can
think we have
assume
to
that
explore some more.
you, the players, can assume that that is not the case because I haven't ended the campaign.
Because we haven't ended the adventure,
That's
but
my
I'm
thought.
but
Like,
I'm
that
struggling
can't be
with.
how it ends.
Your
right?
characters.
We haven't explored the rest of the house. We need to hide this div body
Yeah.
like, immediate.
Yeah.
why don't we put her in the pantry with all of the other dead bodies?
The pantry is quickly becoming overloaded with not food items and perhaps too many dead bodies. What
However,
if-
there is a lot of blood in there, and it feels kind of good to put her in a place with all that red after.
Italian would like to search the body.
Sure.
Ah.
On her person,
Keep saying her. That's interesting.
she's a she.
It is a female div.
She
But
is a
interesting.
she.
There's a certain glint in her eye that makes you know this a woman.
What does she have? She has 10 poisoned darts on her. That's it.
Ooh.
The poisoned
Those.
darts, they are agile, thrown 20 feet. They do 1d4 plus 6 piercing, plus 1d8 poison if they hit.
Cool.
Yeah, so just
Wow.
straight up agile, thrown 20 feet, poison darts, 1d4
Do any
plus
of
6
us-
piercing.
Do any of us
1d8.
care about those?
It's up to you.
No, I want them.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
theoretically, Kangir
I'm not going
or...
to use them, but I take them.
Well, Kangir
Yeah,
or Zaya could use them
Oh,
To assassinate
to
people.
assassinate in lieu of bolts or
oh,
their
that's
trident.
true. That's a good point.
True.
Oh, that's the
Fingir,
funniest
do you
thing
want
I've ever heard.
half?
Yeah, it's literally the classic spy, like, little
Yeah.
needle in the neck with the feathers on the back.
But
Yeah.
it normally deals 1d6 plus 1d8, and we're just gonna kill people with them with that.
Yeah.
Like
Just
65.
Absolutely murder them. Yep.
Clean
while
out the vital
while
spot.
we're just in the body.
Stowing the body?
Yeah, Jakob's gonna come over and inspect this door here.
Inspect that.
Does anyone, Italian will call, does anyone require healing after that?
I think you do,
I think just you, yeah.
Dad. I mean, Master.
That is
Or
true.
dad, I mean master.
I am also missing a bit of my vitality. Perhaps I can. No, I will save that for battle because it is called battle medicine, and I will do it in battle.
That's fine, Jakob.
Okay.
He continues to the door.
And you see a bright light emit from Italian's left hand as he's holding the scroll, as he casts a second level heal on himself. 2 actions. So you
2
get
actions,
that.
second level heal. Very good.
Yep.
What is that? 2d8 plus 16?
Plus 16. Yep. So I'll roll that.
And Jakob, you have ward medic, right?
Yeah.
So you can theoretically heal multiple people if they needed it at the same time.
Yeah, 10 minutes though.
Yeah, I mean that's treat wounds. That's just treat wounds. All right, so we're taking a look at the door here. There is also this like.
I don't think ward medic lets me battle medicine 2 people.
Not battle medicine, no, but treat wounds, yes.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes is a long time regardless.
Yeah, so you have this open like circular area that you can't see too far into. There's no light in there unless you are a dwarf with dark vision.
Yeah.
There's also this hallway that continues on to the south, and then this door right next to Jakob. What would you all like to do?
Using my trap finder feat, I just want to come up here. I want to take out my sun stick and clang it against the wall to lighten up the space so I can see.
Oh,
And I'm looking for traps. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to make you irrelevant.
Yikes. Kangaroo's already really pissed off because I missed all of my trident throws. So.
Yeah. Kangir never said irrelevant. That was all you. So we get that. We get that. Yeah. Okay. So to your south.
Is there a door?
It's a door.
Huh?
Yeah, it's just a door from this room into the next room up. I don't know. Don't ask. I don't know.
He didn't design the floor plan.
Why would there be a door there?
Architect.
I'm sorry. Did you go to architecture school? No.
No, but doesn't make any sense.
You're not even a real doctor. To the south, you have a hallway with a variety of doors. You can see 4 doors. The corner of one, just barely to the east there. Let me actually, they have, like words and text that describe these things. Okay, so to your south, just a hallway with doors. To your east, your east, it is like an art gallery. So you see like walls of like paintings, and there's like shelving under this circular staircase that goes up. You see it's been converted into like a bar. So there's like liquors of all kinds that are like stored away in the shelving that runs under the stairs. There is a low table surrounded by 4 little cushions, like a little seating area to admire the gallery, perhaps have a drink. And the walls are just artwork from all over the Inner Sea region. You see a lot of, especially like the subarctic regions, like the land of the Lenorn Kings. You see a lot of snow and ice and fjords. There is like a winter wolf pelt, which is pretty fancy to have that all the way down here, as well as mammoth ivory, and you see that there's like a mannequin wearing some kind of armor and a very fancy like ceremonial helmet. That is what you see in the room, the circular room with the stairs that go up.
No traps though?
Go ahead and choose a 10-foot section for me and roll a seek action. A 10 by 10 section.
Cool. By the way, I do have the trap finder feat, so I have a +1 bonus to this circumstance.
And like you can find traps that are magical without necessarily having like a magical trap thing.
I mean, I'll cast detect magic too. Sure. This is the 10-foot square. I'm looking in
and what's your
first.
perception with the bonus from trap finder?
13.
Okay. Alright, okay. So, literally, the space directly in front of you. You see that there is a little pressure plate on the ground. And you look up, and you see that there are a bunch of small little holes bored out of the ceiling for the next 10 feet above you. There is, in fact, a trap right in front of you.
We'll say, Trap Finder, even if you aren't searching, you get a check to find traps that normally require you to be searching.
Oh.
Something
Thank
for
you.
Will to be aware of. You still need to meet any other requirements to find the trap. But you get a +1 circumstance bonus on a check that you don't necessarily need to be searching always. You can like just catch them out of the corner of your eye.
Having fun, Atelion?
Yes.
Elian's just spinning.
There is a trap
Actually,
in front
just
of you.
doing cartwheels.
What would you like to do?
Everybody stand back. So, you know how she tried to get me to walk forward? It's because there's a trap right here. Just give me a second. I'm gonna go ham and try to disarm it.
Okay. You have thieves' tools on you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a thievery. What proficiency level are you in thievery?
I'm an expert.
Perfect. That is exactly what you need to be able to disarm this trap. Go ahead and roll a thievery for me.
All right, that's gonna be a 31.
31. Yeah, perfect. So, with the utmost care, you are able to slip the thieves' tools into the slightest, like, fraction of a hair's breadth in between the two plates of the floor tile and the pressure plate. You're able to run your tools along and snip the cable where the wall meets the floor, just to your right there, as it goes up under the wall, up the ceiling to whatever trap it looks like some kind of dart something would fire at you if you were to step on it, but you're able to snip the cable. And it is literally an expertly made trap. So this was a very good job in disabling it.
Nice.
I got it.
Yeah, so you are no longer under threat with that trap. What would you like to do? Actually, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break before we figure out what they would like to do next. Thank you all so much for joining us for the second and hopefully final part of our Mark of the Mantis assassination attempt. And we'll be back here at 8:30 Eastern Standard, so 9 minutes from now. 8 minutes from now. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll be back in just a minute.